Well, let's get kicked on the agenda. Maybe, do you want to talk about the survey, Tungsten, and then I'll talk about the pro shop update?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. I think a lot of the folks that are in here have probably done their civic duty and filled out the LinksDAO 1 year survey. But if you haven't, please take a look for one of the links for the community survey and get that filled out. We're trying to learn as much about the community as possible so we can shape future benefits, shape the structure of membership at the golf course, shape everything for everyone, and the survey drives all that. So it looks like we've had well over 600 members respond so far, but word on the street is we're going to have some very special prizes to give out if we can get over 1,000 responses. So if you haven't filled it out, get her done. And if you have, go find your friends and make sure they fill it out as well. Um, Very interesting results as well. It seems like we have some pretty strong concentrations of members in Cali and New York and Chicago, but Florida and the Carolinas and Georgia also very strong presence as well. We'll use that to inform future golfing opportunities. As a quick reminder, the 1 year
Three
survey.
Tennesseans too. You know,
Two of them are in the room.
exactly.
As a quick reminder to everyone, the 1 year survey is there not to dox or grab any identifying information. If you have any questions or concerns, just fill in an answer that is directionally correct. You don't have to specify your exact age or your exact income. We're just trying to get a better idea of the picture of the community. But if you have filled it out, or if you do fill it out, you're going to have a chance to win some of the best prizes in Web3. We did the math on it, and you have about a 1 in 30 chance to win something. The big prize up top is a LinksDAO global NFT. Current value, well, take a look at the floor price. Next up after that looks to be an incredible opportunity to pick up a Callaway stick of your choice. Also a very valuable prize. Looks like we're giving away a lot of Pro Shop credits. Three different opportunities to pick up a $120 max buy. And then we're also giving away a slew of $50 gift cards and $20 gift cards. So all the incentives in the world to take a few minutes to fill the survey out. Pretty simple, pretty quick, and the more responses we get, the better we can make this thing for y'all. So yeah, please take a look at the survey. If you have any questions or concerns, ping a member of the team. But we're going to try and get to 1,000 responses here. So total team effort. Let's go. I don't know that we're closing the survey this week, but we do want to get those responses in sooner rather than later. Sound good? Great. Grand. Wonderful.
For sure. Great. Thanks, Tungsten. I'll do a pro shop update here. Um, the we had this past week, as I'm sure you saw, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Those sales are done. Congrats to everyone who grabbed some just amazing deals. I know that I seem to purchase something like every week, but I was even more excited to grab. One is like a bunch of teas. I know that those weren't necessarily Black Friday like headlines, but I've been using those teas that come for free in a shipment, and I've used all the ones that I've gotten in the sample packs, and so I've gotten 100 of those now. Hopefully, I won't break that many. Um, Secondly, so yeah, congrats to everyone. Those sales are done, but the good news is that members are going to continue to get 30% off all apparel and gear, 15% off all the electronics. If you haven't checked it out, we do have new Garmin launch monitors. I actually have one of those, and I bought it 6 months ago or so, and I wish I would have waited because the discount's pretty juicy. But I have been using it on the range, and I love it. It's super portable, and I highly recommend it. Although I'm also an 18 handicap, so take that information as you will. Also, the GPS watches, Theragun Elite and Minis, those massagers, percussive massagers are also in the store. And again, those are all 15% off because of our partnership with those companies. So be sure to connect your wallet when you go to the pro shop. If you don't connect your wallet, you won't see the discount. So just make sure you connect your wallet there and grab those deals to do your holiday shopping. One note is we have seen some issues with Wallet Connect in the pro shop. So we always recommend using Chrome and MetaMask or some Chromium-like browser like Brave. With MetaMask, those are the most highly tested and most highly used in this space, and those are the ones that tend to work the best. And Web3 rely a lot on other technology, and sometimes that technology doesn't work in the way that we would want it to. So just highly recommend using Chrome and MetaMask before reaching out. But if you have any issues with that browser and wallet combo, hit us up in Members Pro Shop channel, and we will be very quickly there to help you out. And of course, obviously, we've got tons of more great stuff in the pipeline. Chris and Nick and the rest of the Pro Shop team are just hammering home as many opportunities to get stuff in there that people love. So keep your eyes open for upcoming drop. Cool. I'll also speak real quick to some new benefits that launched on behalf of Nick. Nick's been working really hard to get some new benefits in place. 4 dropped over the weekend. We did sort of like a surprise drop. Birdie and Ace, Club Catcher, Calliope, and Cleanskin. So Cleanskin is, and you can check all of these out in the clubhouse. You just log in, go to benefits, and they're all there. Cleanskin, for example, is UV protection, sort of suntan lotion stuff. That's 20% off. Calliope and Birdie and Ace are great brands of women apparel that is like desperately needed to have in the pro shop or in the benefit section, and we have lots more options for our female members. Those are both 20% off. And then Club Catcher is 25% off. Again, just visit clubhouse.linksdao.io, connect your wallet, and you will be able to access the members only benefits, which include everything that has been launched so far, but also these 4 new ones. And then the last thing that I'll speak to here is the PFP. Obviously we're 2 weeks out from mint and reveal. And as I mentioned before, it's super exciting to see all the PFPs changing in the server, and you can see people sort of starting to collect different traits that they like. We've even seen sort of factions form in the chats, like Visor Gang, which I'm personally a part of for sure. VIP necklaces are starting to get excitement around them. People are collecting and trading traits that they like or think that are cool. And so one of the things that Cooper is going to be working on soon is roles for Discord traits. And so this is sort of our first rollout of using traits to provide interesting ways to engage within the community. And so there will be roles specifically for traits. This is, different in the Genesis NFTs where there's only leisure and there's only global and those aren't traits. So in Discord, based on Vulcan, we can do a lot of interesting things with specific traits that are on chain. And so we can use that to create chats and roles and changing colors of usernames, etc. So be on the lookout. I definitely am personally advocating for Visor Gang to have its own chat. Meet me in there. We can talk about visors and gangs, I guess. But also, if you have any ideas, just share those in Champions Chat. Would love to find some unique ways as a starting place for using chats for chatting. And then obviously we have some things that we're thinking through rolling out, things like merch and other exciting ideas for the PFP. So if you have any ideas, reach out in Champions Chat and we will talk. So I think that's all that I had. I don't think Bez is here. We didn't have any specific course updates this week planned, but obviously, we're still sourcing and we're still working through visits. And I know that we have some trips planned in December for some architects that Bez has been talking to actually visit another one of the courses that we've been closely looking at. So lots more to come. Usually those come with, specific podiums where Bez and Jim and folks are here to talk through that process. But so nothing new to report this week, but we will have something shortly. Tungsten, anything, or Jordan, anything that I forgot as I kind of ran through that section?
Nothing that you forgot, but I will add my own personal 2 cents into the trait gang situation. I'm a big fan of the cowboy hat, and I feel like the cowboy gang should organize a trip to a dude ranch. When link ups to a dude ranch, cowboy hats apply. Let's see.
I love that idea.
That aligns with your personality. We can go hang out and rustle some cattle. We'll have to learn about it before I go. A bunch of city slickers showing up.
That's the most Philadelphia thing I've ever heard. I have 2 cowboy hats, so I'm there. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, let me know when and where, and I'll be there.
I love it. Yeah, I think that we could have a lot of fun conversations about what these different groups could accomplish, could go after, could be responsible for. I think when folks see what some of the different trait gangs are going to have access to, there'll be some movement and some shakeups in where those traits go and where those PFP lands. And anything that gets that volume up is fantastic. I mean, hey, On behalf of the Not Finance team, we broke 100 ETH in trading volume for a free mint during the holidays in the depths of a bear market. I think that's pretty impressive. I think it's a hat tip to everyone who's involved in the community and involved in the PFP game. Cool to see all that activity out there.
For sure. It warms my heart.
Hmm.
My little visor wearing heart. Um,
Yeah.
cool. Well, at this point, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and just raise your hand. Happy to talk through anything we've talked about. If you have other questions about the project, happy to answer those. Just raise your hand down there at the bottom and we'll bring you up on stage and talk through it. Um,
HC NATO.
yeah, HC NATO.
Let's see if we can go ahead and pull him up. All right. Come on up, my dude. HC, great to see you. How are you, my friend? What's on your mind?
Doing all right. Doing all right. Doing all right. Just getting hammered after the holiday weekend, right?
As is
It's a
tradition.
good day for for soccer specifically. I'm calling it soccer. You can also,
That's a
relive the experiences or forget about them.
good excuse to let loose a little today.
Yeah, there you go.
Just had a quick question. If you guys were looking to implement more wallets, just with MetaMask's announcement of collecting IP addresses, people looking to move to more anonymous wallets. Just a general
Yeah,
question.
great question. So it is on our radar. Our current point of view, mostly just from the standpoint of implementation, has been like Wallet Connect allows for a ton of wallets that people use, and so people can choose which wallets they want to use through Wallet Connect, which is why Wallet Connect is always an option on both Clubhouse and ProShop. The hard thing is Wallet Connect also has a ton of usability issues, which is like a really unfair trade-off, candidly, right? Between having to use a product that collects your IP address versus one that doesn't work half the time. So, medium to long term, we're thinking a lot about how to do access. When we started the project, obviously, like the promise of token gating and like permissionless membership is super interesting. And it's also super easy from an experience perspective. Like you buy the NFT, you immediately just go to linksDAO and you're in, or you go into the Discord and you're able to immediately authenticate and without needing to build out like a ton of authentication paradigms and needing to do all of that. However, it also means we rely a lot on third-party services, which doesn't feel good. So as we've grown and as we've, started to build out the dev team, sort of beyond the initial contributor set, it's definitely something that's on our mind. We're going to be rolling out some onboarding and sort of sign-in improvements hopefully by the end of the year. But additionally, I actually just now looked at Connor's tech spec for a better authentication paradigm that reduces a lot of the lift or like reliance on something like Wallet Connect or MetaMask. So there's still a lot of design that needs to be done, but ultimately it's something that we want to make easier because we've had a lot of people be like, I don't want to have to sign in just to be able to access Clubhouse benefits. We've heard that loud and clear. And the second thing, especially like with relying on third parties from a usability perspective or from sort of a philosophical perspective, doesn't feel great. So I know it's not like a super by this date, we're going to have this thing done, but it's something that we're actively prioritizing and working on now.
Yeah, that sounds good as long as it's on the radar. All right, thanks.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks, HC. Appreciate you. Yeah, Parpal. Let's see. Let's get you up on here to the stage. Great seeing your face in the chats, Parpal. Congratulations.
This is a question, probably it's somewhere in the roadmap as well, but I thought I'll go ahead and ask. I know that we're doing great job in terms of engaging the community who are Genesis holders and also now the champions. Is the plan to basically just go with deep engagement with just these holders in general, or are there any planned initiatives to kind of get to the larger community out there? Like, is there a plan to come out with some offering that every golfer feels like, oh, I can't miss this, I have to be part of this? Number one. Number two, for maybe for everyone in crypto or Web3 to think that, oh, if I'm in Web3, I can't just not be part of this community. So is there any such broader offering that we are planning?
Great question. And we actually you and I had a call today. We talked a little bit about this. So yeah, I mean, I think there's two ways to think about it based on your question, right? One is how do we, writ large, we talked about growing the game. So right, so the question is, what does that mean? To me, it means in two ways. Like one, growing the game means how do we grow this community so that more people have an opportunity to participate in a way that makes sense given a certain price point or accessibility, right? Like overall, the Genesis and the Leisure Pass has been something from the beginning. It's exciting because at least in the beginning, we saw that roughly, something like 40% of people was the first NFT they ever purchased. So it's a large proportion of this community who bought NFTs for the first time because they love golf, right? Now that also means that 60% of the community, either already held NFTs, were already involved in NFTs, already had a MetaMask wallet, already was familiar with the process for creating them. So we've always had this balance between the two. I think ultimately, in order for us to be able to make it so that more people in the crypto space are sort of excited about golf, that probably means expanding the definition of what golf is, right? And I know that's something that Cooper is working on with a bunch of other folks is around like gaming, right? We know not everybody who plays something like 2K22 is a person who golfs in real life, that they're a gamer, but they're at least interested enough in the game to play it. And I think there's like a broad amount of programming and content that we can do around gaming or around more easily accessible golf experiences like Topgolf 5-iron, and some of the new stuff that's on the horizon that's really exciting around like par threes and even like putting. So that's like one piece is like how do we as a community start to provide other opportunities for people who maybe are less engaged in quote unquote traditional golf, and how do we provide more programming experiences for people to like sort of come into the community, even not as a member, but like in the public chats and can engage. I think on the second side then is like, while the Genesis membership will always be the most important membership, it's always going to be the one that gets the best benefits. It's always going to be the one that has governance rights. It's always going to be the one that has the ability to purchase a membership at the golf course, amongst other things. There is a desire, I think, to grow, right? And so I think growing the community means providing another opportunity for people potentially at a lower price point to be able to enter into the ecosystem, but at a very differentiated membership type. So it's something that we're looking at and planning around. There's more to share sort of in the future, but it is something that there's a desire to do, is like both grow out into golf and grow crypto into golf.
Looking forward to hearing more updates on that front.
Yeah, thanks for the question.
Thanks, Parpal. Appreciate it. Anybody else in the audience have any questions, ideas, thoughts? Do you want to come up and recite a poem, sing a song? No, looks like you knocked it out of the park with some of those answers. Very nice, very nice.
Cool. Well, we're always in the chats, so if people want to ask questions in members chat or in champions chat or in Clubhouse, please by all means reach out. We are here and we're ready to talk.
These are the facts. As always, we appreciate every single one of you for joining us on this Tuesday, taking a little bit of time out of your busy schedules to hop in the conversation, catch up on the updates, and be part of the best community in Web3. Look forward to playing golf with all of you in real life on a golf course in 2023. It's coming. When golf course? Soon. When Community Tuesday? 6.5 days from now.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Tuxton, for helping host, and we will resume our regularly scheduled programming next week. Talk to you all soon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.